Collective, beautiful people, beautiful souls. It's good to have you here. You know what time it is. It's time for our daily reading. I know I promised you an Orisha reading. I didn't get around to doing that yesterday. I felt like recording 3 readings was just going to be a lot for me. But I will get to it. I've been very busy today. So I'm going to be taking an afternoon nap after this. But it's right here, top of mind. Let's open up and see what the energies are giving today and what's in store for us. There we go. I was hearing a gospel song in my head. It's a Soto gospel song. If you're Southern African, you'll know it. It speaks about time. The time, a time to pray, a time for your prayers to be heard. And I mean, gospel is synonymous with peace, you know, whether or not you're like a Christian. Yeah, I got this peaceful energy. I did. Look at that. This is your temperance card in conjunction with, the 10 of Wands. Sagittarius energy, Jupiter. Sagittarius is very philosophical. It's expansive. It's spiritual in its own way, right? It philosophizes on life. And temperance as a major arcana is about peace, tranquility, serenity, balance, and harmony. I mean, you can see that. That is the shore, that is the water. There's an integration here happening. And this integration is facilitated by a very divine angelic force. And that's why we have those wings. It's a time for you to pray. It's a time for you to contemplate on how far you've come. It's a time for you to integrate what you know and what you do not know, what is seen and unseen, duality coming together to form truth. And when we're living in truth, we're at peace. We're at peace. We have the 10 of Staves, this energy of feeling burdened and fatigued. And that's why it's so important to revert to peace, to revert to serenity, to revert to tranquility. Because this journey that we're on, this life thing that we're endeavoring towards, especially when we're concerned with ascension and awakening and remembrance, it can feel very fatiguing. It can feel very fatiguing. So prioritize peace. And you know where you find peace? In stillness. The truth is an amalgamation of everything. And at the center of the truth is peace. Unshakable, unwavering peace. The peace that surpasses all understanding. Transcendence. Peace. I know it's hectic and I know it's heavy and I know you're dealing with a lot. And you've been, and guess what? This is life. Chances are we're always going to be dealing with something. And that is why you need to make peace your vision, peace your mission, peace your compass, peace your goal. You've done the work. And that's why you're so tired with that 10 of Wands energy. Now allow for things to harmonize themselves. Allow for God to take care of everything. Stay prayed up, stay meditated up, whatever it is, whatever your spiritual regimen is, keep doing that. And don't worry about other things. Because the more you worry, the more dense the energies feel, the more isolated you feel, the more distracted you are, and peace becomes unattainable. It becomes an unattainable state of being. Whoa, we have a lot of cards. Do we take them all? Okay, I can't. That's a lot. That's a lot, but these three came out first. Let's see, do we take them? Nah, they don't want them. We speak in clarity. We speak in clarity. Sagittarius energy. Oh my god, so we have a double 10. We have a double 10 collective. We have a 10 of wands and the 10 of swords. You've been through a lot and you're tired, and I'm tired along with you. I'm just as exhausted as you are, trust me. And now it is time to take this energy of hopelessness, despair, endings, ceaseless endings, and sit with this. Sit with it because it's being transmuted. It's being alchemized. It's the knowledge and the wisdom you've acquired from these experiences, from this density, is being integrated, is being transmuted, is being alchemized. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about anything. And there is a sense of fatigue as well. I don't know about the collective, but I've been feeling so tired. I've been feeling very tired, so I've been prioritizing rest. And of course, I mean, this energy, you know, this speaks to a timeline or lifetimes even, you know, of just despair and hopelessness and ruin and devastation. And the choices that you're making now to ascend will be highlighting some of the ways in which you stood in yourself, you stood against yourself or in opposition to yourself in the past. So let that resurface. Let that resurface. I wouldn't be surprised if the 5 of Cups pops up as well. Because during seasons of death, and I did see the death card in one of those cards that came out, the many cards that came out. During seasons of change and transition, integration is important. We don't just jump into a new timeline, right? We integrate, we sift and filter through all of that knowledge and wisdom and decide what it is that we want to take and what it is that we do not want to take. We let the changes settle. And that is that period of integration before we fully tether ourselves into the new. And that's why we have that double 10 energy there. Oh, my word. I literally just spoke about this card. She was like, I'm coming out. I'm coming out. The death card is coming out. So this period, let's take a look at the card. So you see there, the flowers grow in the crevices and the light spills in through the canopy of trees. But there's that period where it seems like, you know, we're not fully in the light, but we're definitely out of the dark. You know what I mean? And this speaks to that energy of integration. Endings and beginnings sort of conflating in this little tiny moment. And that's where the peace is. That's where the lessons simmer. That's where things settle in. During this change, during this portal. So take your time. You've been through so much. Not just in this lifetime, but I'm pretty sure in the lifetimes prior to this one. Okay? So let things settle. Okay. We have the Emperor. The Son of Pentacles, which is, well, the Knight of Pentacles, which is your Son of Coins. The 8 of Pentacles and the Lovers. So this is really about, you're going to be stepping into a new timeline, evidently, like you can all feel it. And this timeline is going to be rooted in unity, in love. And that's why this integration is so important, because everything that you've learned before is going to come into play right now. It's going to be very important. It's going to be significant. And that's why we don't just shut the door on that timeline. No, we take our lessons, download that wisdom into our Akashic records so that we can, you know, access that wisdom, access that knowledge when we need to, because we're always growing. And the lessons of the past are not, you know, the past is not just for the past's sake. It's for us to learn and grow from it. And as you move forward, because you're moving forward for sure with this Emperor, new visions, new structures, new forms, new foundations. These lessons form the foundation of this new timeline. So the past is not something to just discard and just be like, well, I'm new. Of course you're new. We see you, boo. You're shining. You stay shining. And we're so happy for the work that you've done. But the foundations of this timeline lie in those lessons. And that's why you have to take time to sit with the lessons, to sit with the grief, to sit with the despair. When things pop up, don't just, toxic positivity your way through them and be like, oh, well, yeah, I'm new. You're seeing you. But there's also a part of you that, that needs to come along, and that's that integrated part of you. You're integrating your lessons into this new timeline. And then we have this beautiful relationship between the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles says, hey, listen, yes, we're definitely moving, but take this time to rest, take this time to be patient, to be observant, to take inventory of your lessons, to take to observe how far you've come, This is your world, this is your harvest. Before you move, take inventory, ensure that you remain loyal to yourself, ensure that you're in the right headspace, that you're in the right heart space, as these lessons continue to unveil themselves in many, many different ways. And they could, as they settle in your energy, not as a lesson that you need to learn, but as a lesson that you have mastered. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. It's hard work, this period of integration. It takes work, it takes dexterity, it takes talent. It teaches you a lot about what is sacred. And these lessons are sacred. Your experience is sacred. Your past is sacred. It is a part of your story. And you will be using this to build even more wealth. It is your wealth. This past, these lessons, the story, everything that you've been through, your experiences, that is your wealth. That is your wealth. That is what catapults you to new heights and really accelerates this change, facilitates this change, oversees this change. Because guess what? This new cycle is rooted in love. It's rooted in unity. We have that angelic presence once more. You know what I mean? She's in white as well. So there's a very peaceful aspect to this. Like, you're okay with this period. You're okay with everything that's happened. It's like you're coming to terms with it. You're integrating things beautifully. You're using your wisdom as wealth. You're using your wisdom as like you're in your bag. I mean, this card speaks about dexterity and skill and talent and working hard. It takes hard work, but you already know that, because you have worked hard to get here, to this point where you are on the precipice of a new timeline. You've entered a new timeline, essentially, a timeline that is rooted in love, that is rooted in unity, and again, there's a sort of unifying your past and your present into one, but the past not as who you once were, but the lessons that come with that person, because that person is still valid. That person still deserves love, regardless of the mistakes that they made. And here is this new timeline offering love, unity, choices that you're making that are different now, because you're different, because you've changed. This is the card of change. And both these cards hold the frequency of the number 4 as major arcanas. So new foundations that are based on your experience, your wealth, what it is that you know. And the Emperor is the architect of the timeline. Aries energy, new visions. Let's see, 2 more cards. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Source. Thank you. Okay, 2 more cards. So we have the Daughter of Swords, which is your Page of Swords energy. And then we finish off with the Chariot. So the Daughter of Swords, you're seeing through the BS. You're very eager to jump into this timeline, to work your magic in this timeline. but you're very mentally sharp as well, astute. This is beginner's mind, you know what I mean? So the veil is pretty thin, and of course it's pretty thin. Look at that. Like the veil is thin. You can see right into that timeline, right into that new beginning. And that's why this is a period of integration. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's important that you continue to sift through the BS, because there's BS right now. You know, take what it is that you need to take what is necessary, take your lessons and clear your headspace, because things can get really foggy when we're in this integration period. Like things can be like, oh, what's happening? Is it me? Oh, do I still like that person? Am I still that person? Do I still hold that perspective? Do I still resonate with those habits, with that story? So, beginner's mind, fresh perspective. Continue to clear your mind, meditate, rest your headspace. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, this is again, most of the cards here speak to integration, but especially the major arcanas. We have the death card, which speaks to the cycle of, well, the process of death is death, rebirth, and then life. You know what I mean? Like there's that brief moment between death and life, which is like that moment of integration. And that's where the peace is, the stillness, the quiet. That's where everything is. That's where you can conceive of what has happened, what has passed, and what is yet to emerge for you. And this is a call to be present. And that's where your peace is. Peace is in the present moment. There is no other peace except being happy, being present, being grateful for the lessons that you took along with you. Because here we have the Chariot, which is movement, moving into this timeline. And we have the black horse and the white horse. The ego, the lower dimension, the lower self, the higher self, the higher mind, the ascended self, if you will, coming together to drive your ship forward. So this time is a period of integration, because guess what? You're learning to make peace with the shadows, and you're using the shadows to, support deep knowing, your higher self, your higher aspects, your subtle aspects. And all of this works together to form the whole that is the chariot that moves you forward, that speaks to triumph and concentration. Mind your business, mind your peace. I spoke about this yesterday. So that lesson is persisting. Mind your business, mind your peace. Sit in silence, sit in stillness. Be in peace and be at peace with what has happened. That is how you anchor yourself fully into this timeline. Don't judge yourself for who you once were, for what you once allowed, for what you once accepted. That had to happen for you to get here. And you've changed. So love up on every single part of yourself. Here goes the levers. All the parts of yourself, lower dimensional, higher dimensional ego, and higher self. Fear, parts of you that are still living in fear or living in wounds, love up on those as well. Because the present moment holds space for every single part of you. That's beautiful. Very peaceful energy. So I'm going to leave it there. Leave this very peaceful. I'm just interested to see what's underneath the deck. Okay, so it's a time to dream up as well. Like I said, it's a time to pray. That's how we opened up this reading. It's a time to pray. It's a time to dream. It's a time to manifest. It's a time to create. And you do that through peace and presence. Remember to be grateful for how far you've come, because you've done exceptionally. What you've achieved is tremendous, monumental. You are who you think you are. So in peace, I leave you and see you tomorrow.